Hey everyone, Senraikai here. Today I'm going to be watching the 13th and final episode of 16-Bit Sensation Another Layer. Last episode we had our kind of like epic escape scene, so something you might see in a video game, and I think we ended off on aliens arriving. I think that's what happened. At this point it's been a while since I've seen the previous episode, but I think that's what happened, so yeah, let's just jump on in and see how this crazy, unique anime just decides to end. So yeah, 3, 2, 1, play. Nice day. I think these are our aliens. How many very interesting song choice. And there we go. Take me to your leader. Being Konoha, of course. Yeah, the cute Echo. Yeah, imagine you finally get an alien and that's what they look like. The things I hold dear, yeah. Always knew there was something up with this girl. There's literal aliens in front of you and you're still worried about that. Bang! I timed that so perfectly. Because I was about to say, is she just going to do the bang thing? And then she did the bang thing. She going to bang again? Oh no. Finger snap. Hold my hand. Yeah, unlike Konoha, he's familiar with this alien, angel, superior being floating up there. Are we in the ship? I think so. And she's still wearing the plug suit, which is great. Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. He's not wrong. Okay, that's the other Echo, right? Yeah. 6.5 out of 10. It really is. It's like, hajimemashite, Konoha desu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. You're not very helpful. Doggy! Do they always have a dog? I don't remember. Okay. Wow. Wow. I mean, if you want to, if you're a fan and you want to get in there on their good side, rescuing them is a good start. I better not see this on eBay later. I did not expect a fan line. He draws a picture. I mean, it makes sense. It's cute. She is so bewildered. Oh, okay. The legendary one that she was, yeah. They're supposed to change the timeline. That's what he said. It's like, do you want me to donate to your Kickstarter? Like a sneak peek? Okay. This has got to be good, right? Just sparkles. Passion. Imagination. Yeah. I had to think of the word. It's pretty. Some more than others. Toya. Suck up some of that Konoha imagination. Wow, she really is just letting all of humanity bask in her imagination. Which is basically what making a game is like, I suppose. They're just so confused. Sensation. Partial title drop. Look at that Sir's tail. Definitely a pleasure for sure. Thank you. That is a good question. Because I am still trying to understand exactly what they are. Time traveler, alien, something of that nature. It's so confusing. Get to see Mamoto-kun's sleeping face. Literally sleeping together. That's what Toya wants to know. It's like I gotta post about this on Twitter. Must have some high-tech camera blocking technology. Which probably would exist in the future, you know. But, oh, I mean, I like my current outfit, but thank you. You redeemed yourself. Congratulations. That's not a UFO. That's just a helicopter. Oh, is that Mako or... Yeah. I recognize the voice. Finally get to reunite with them after a bajillion years. Everyone's so much older than her, it's so funny. Hey, they're alive too. Yeah, getting old sucks, doesn't it? Still calling my mochi. The gang's all back together again. Man, that went from happy tears to crying tears real quick. That's what we like about her. Nothing compared to the UFOs, though. Mirai no tenchi ga mayorito. Still hoping for that last minute Alice South cameo. I just want to see Tada in the final episode. Is that so much to ask for? Don't be so hard on yourself, Toya. Of course, a lot less time passed for her than you. Ah. But there we go. Man, that look on her face just says everything, doesn't it? Let's contact the organization. Okay. Wow, that was a reaction. I mean, I know she's a big deal, but I've been friends with her forever. I literally helped her buy AeroGet back in the day. How many monitors do we need? Okay. So I've heard. We're all set up for development. Oh, we gotta get the cuties. I don't remember their name, but yeah, those two. Man, they do look so different. I mean, I can tell who they are, but they still look so different. They look much less like they jumped out of a visual novel, if that makes sense. Oh, I timed that pretty well. I can't possibly choose. Got the music going and everything. Yeah, our fusion Watashi no Mirai. On a side note, because it's related to visual novels, a lot of visual novels I've noticed, or at least ones I've read, have a character named Miku in them, which is written with the same exact kanji as Mirai, which means future. I don't know why that's so common, but it bugs me so much. Like when it actually is supposed to mean Mirai, future, they actually have to, make it clear somehow in the text. It just confuses me so much. But this is a good chance to bring that up, so I brought it up. Yeah, a little bit hard too at this point. But yeah, I always do enjoy the Konoha's childish way of speaking. I would never want that to change. So we do have to get our regular timeline back. So one last time. This is fair enough. She looks like she's on her way to school or something. The important things. Okay, I thought she was gonna be like, oh, where'd it go? The things I hold. Oh yeah, the episode title. Watashi no Taisetsu no Mono. It's a nice title. Okay. Chumamoru. That's cool. That reminds me of Mub Love, kinda. Mub Love Unlimited or Alternative, one of the two. When, the professor gives a letter to herself in the past. Through the main character. To get the thesis or whatever. Yeah, not gonna lose to you when it comes to Akiba Love. Leave it to you, Mamoru-kun. I believe. Konoha's imagination will bask the entire world. I'm not gonna touch your PC-98s, okay? Miss Donut. I would like a donut, please. Right. And funnily enough, it's now 2024 as I record this. That's a good question. Will that Mamoto-kun remember any of this, or? So, I mean, probably not, yeah. Yeah, very well could be the case. But, I mean, you can't really do anything about that. You're gonna lose something no matter what you do, really, at this point. We sure did. Konoha more than most people. How? But, I mean, I guess he just means in general. Zenbu. Oh, wow, she really turned on that blush. Like a switch. There goes our Miss Donut. Yeah, that one again, Comic Party. We've seen that so many times in the show. To the point where I kind of want to play it now. Of course, no matter what she does, Mamoto-kun won't be a lot older than her in her regular timeline. But Nanako. Doitashimashite. I do like how it utilizes the live 2D. And I was gonna read the visual novel part. I will. Because my eyes can bounce between the two subs, and it's like, you gotta just pick one. And I'm a visual novel reader at heart, so I gotta read the visual novel text. Yep. This is this is what I'm talking about. This is reality. This is happiness. This is a world worth fighting for. Danyo. More importantly, where's Alisoft? Gotta make sure that's okay. Well, I mean, the building's not destroyed. I mean, that's something. That's an old AI voice. Okay. Yeah, I guess he was a character. I never mostly saw his back, I think. We're definitely not gonna go back to Royal Job, are we? You definitely wouldn't. It's like, what is this girl on about? So how different are things? Okay, what do you make? A cafe. I mean, it's probably for the best. Yes, we're looking for that. Can you help me with that? Oh, damn it! Well, it's the wrong timeline after all. Okay. Is this just like a new company with the familiar faces, or is that where it's going? It hurts to read that sentence. How much time do we have left? A little bit. I remember. He told you you have the energy, Konoha. But does Mamoto-kun remember? Probably not. He doesn't have the energy. Yeah, look at that glorious city. Not another city like it in the world. Is that? I think I heard PC98 sounds. Welcome back, Konoha. You have a picture next to it. I kinda got chills. And of course the music going too helps. Oh, I think that's Mamoto-kun. I bet. I mean, you knew when she'd show up. He really did wait for her. He really does remember. And headbutt. Or tackle, you know. Hey, I'd wait 30 whatever years for Konoha. 24 years, whatever it is. Yeah. That's what we're here for. So I was right, there's still a familiar face around. What's it say? Oh, they're holding some picture within the picture. My eyesight's terrible. I can't make it out. I might just zoom in on that in a screenshot later. But having Welcome Back Konoha on the PC98 thing, that's just peak right there. It's such a Mamoto-kun thing to do. Because again, he knows when she was going to be here, right? Rinku Past and Future. Retro PC Foundation. Girls and Panzer. I mean, I think we did see some Girls and Panzer stuff here and there, but... Maji record partners, yeah. I really have trouble reading text that's, like, moving like this, but... Yeah, looks like we're not gonna have anything at the end. Finn. And yeah. Okay. That was the 13th episode of 16-Bit Sensation Another Layer. The final episode, in fact, not just the 13th episode. But yeah, this was quite the final episode. Obviously, the alien people were the Echo people, which is to be expected. It would be very random otherwise. But yeah, they've already established themselves to be a very odd existence from, like, the future or something. Like, you know, we've always had kind of a vague understanding of them, but we learned a little bit more about them. Like the fact that, you know, big fan of Konoha came by, like, to get his copy of the game autographed. So, you know, that's great. They also have a dog, which I can't remember if we saw that in the episode where they were introduced. I don't quite remember. I mean, either way, he probably wasn't an important character of that episode. But either way, they clearly have a dog, so that's something. But yeah, because Mamoto-kun's not super shocked about all of this because he already knows about them and stuff like that. But from Konoha's perspective, suddenly UFOs appear. She's like in a ship or something. some weirdos are asking for an autograph for something she hasn't made yet. Just like yeah, that would be a lot to take in for Konoha for sure. I did quite enjoy her little doodle though. That was quite cute. But I would also love her autograph. I'll be honest. I haven't even played any of her games yet, but I would happily take her autograph. But I am glad the whole Echo thing from a few episodes ago did come back in the final episode. It wasn't just some one-off weird random episode thing. Like, it did come back around. So I did enjoy that. They definitely have they add a very essential mystery elements to the show. Like, I know Konoha is a mystery to some of the other in-universe characters, but like we have a perfect understanding of everything Konoha is and went through and stuff like that. But the Echo people are much more mysterious. I'll just say that because they're clearly from the future, but like, how far into the future, right? Like, and they also came across as aliens in certain ways, but like but also not. Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard to say because they might not necessarily be aliens. Could just be from far future where things are just very different in this world. Because sometimes sci-fi show will do that, where the main characters, they think they're on another planet, but really they're on their own planet like 1,000 years in the future. It's just unrecognizable. That sort of thing could happen. Or there's a visual novel that I played. I mean, I guess it would be kind of spoilery to say the name of it, but like, a big plot twist of it was the fact that the protagonist thought he got isekai'd into this cool, fancy fantasy setting where technology is basically non-existent and it's much more like magic focused, much more like that sort of like medieval sort of nobles fantasy sort of thing with magic elements. He thought he could isekai into that world, when in reality some weird meteorite came into the planet that just caused to alter some stuff, and really just in the future where things have just changed a lot on Earth. So he never got isekai. There's just one world that's just a very different future that he got reincarnated in. But so a little bit like that too. I'm just saying, like, things like that can happen in fiction as well. So I don't quite know what their deal is, but it's fun to think about. I'm sure there are people that have watched the show more than me that probably have a pretty good theory on it, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we did get to see Kaori and Meiko and all our familiar friends, all of our familiar alcohol sops development team. So great to see them. Great to get them on board to help make Konoha's amazing Kamige. So Konoha, really happy to see them all. Really enjoyable stuff. It's just so weird seeing everybody so much older, right? Because like 24 years or so since we last saw them, you're gonna look different. I mean, the gap between 1999 and 2023. Pretty sure that's bigger than Konoha's total age. So, to put that into perspective, just how much older they are than her now. But yeah, the biggest difference is definitely our blue and brown haired girls. The very lolly looking characters are now just don't look like that at all. They're a very completely different body type, and I guess 24 years will do that too. But yeah, just Konoha's now just surrounded by all these old people. So, Oji-san, Oba-san, So, but we did have some nice Konoha Mamoru stuff near the end there. Kind of just enjoying one last walk around this version of Akiba. Wondering, are we going to remember each other? Are we going to be able to, are these going to be the same Mamoru-kuns? Like, what's going to happen? But Mamoru-kun's just like, you got all this energy, you're Konoha, you just believe in yourself. I'm kind of paraphrasing what he said, but basically, like, let's test it out. We'll try it. Like, I'll definitely remember you and all that good stuff. So we said our goodbyes. Konoha went back to the proper timeline, and we got to see a little bit of the game with Nanako. Right, everything about her character design. I love. I may have talked about this before because I know this is not the first time we've seen this character, but basically, character design is perfectly up my alley. White and blue is my favorite color scheme. Konoha's art is always beautiful. She's got the little earpiece, hairpin thingy, which makes it clear this is the character that Konoha drew on the for the autograph, right? Given the classic thing, thank you for buying the game, all that good stuff, and we clearly uses Live 2D for like the flap animation, stuff like that. It doesn't do any actual like body movement. It's literally just facial animation, which is fine. But is that, yeah, as long as Konoha does not work at that stupid Blue Bell company anymore, doing work that she doesn't like doing, we can call this a happy ending. Like, she went through a lot of experiences throughout the course of the show, for sure, but like, I think she's in a better place now than she started in, especially because now she has Mamoto-kun she's with, making games, just the two of them, I guess that's basically what it was, you know. But whether or not we'll recruit more people, I don't know, but for now it is just the two of them. And they're just going to be making games together. And yeah, Mamoto-kun's still a lot older than her, which is definitely one of the funny things about the show, right? Because at certain points it was seeming like they were going a bit of a romance direction with the two of them, but now there's such a big age gap, it makes it a little bit more odd, but I mean, they could still technically do that if they wanted to, but it just feels a little bit less natural now, if that makes sense. Like, not like a judgy sort of way or anything like that. I'm just saying it's just usually not what you get in anime. Usually characters that do have romance together are fairly close in age, but if they want to, go for it. I'm just saying. But yeah, the welcome back Konoha computer thing, definitely a nice touch. So that's pretty much it for the finale. I really enjoyed the finale. Couldn't really ask for more, honestly. Like, would have preferred everyone stick around and not go to America. Like, that's probably my biggest complaint about the final episode. But, if they want to do that, yeah, they have the right to. But yeah, so we talked about the show as a whole. I really enjoyed the show. Like I said, this show, I really was not on my radar at all. A friend got me to watch it. I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I do like visual novels. Like, obviously, anime content is what I do on the channel. I don't really do visual novel content. Now that I have a real job, I don't really have as much time to even play visual novels, really, but I do try to get in a little bit here and there. But I always do enjoy visual novels because they have a lot of things going for them that anime just doesn't, right? Anime has its benefits, like it's much more easily consumable content. It's not as much of a time sink. Like, you get to see characters actually, moving and stuff. Like, there's plenty of good things with anime, but visual novels have great things as well. I think one of my favorite things about visual novels, though, as a medium, is the fact that when it comes out, you get a finished product, right? That can't be overstated how great that is. Because so many anime, it's like they cover 2.5 volumes of the light novel, maybe. You hope for a season 2, that probably won't come. So if you actually want to complete the story, you go read the source material, which also may or may not be finished. You maybe have to have light novel 8, and it will be completed after light novel 18 or light novel 12 or whatever. So it's like, it just. And if you do have to wait for light novels, the volumes to come out here and there, by the time the final volume comes out, you probably forgot some of the stuff in the first volume. So, like, it just kind of sucks to be in that position, like, or like Game of Thrones fans, or Song of Ice and Fire, whatever the main books are called, right? Like, will those books ever actually finish? I don't know, maybe not. But like, it just, whenever you're consuming a story that's not complete yet, and you have to wait for it to be drip fed to you in chunks, it does kind of put you in an awkward position of forgetting things, or may not even be completed. But visual novels, completed, right? Like, if you want to read, say, what's a good example? I don't know, but for some reason, a lot of visual novels that actually do have sequels and stuff are coming in my head. But Nayuta, let's just go as that an example. That's a fairly short visual novel. You play it, you complete it, you got the full story. You love it or you hate it. It's just, you got it, right? There's no, you consume it. Hopefully we get Nayuta too, like, it's done. You move on to something else, right? So the fact that you do get a completed story is a very great thing. Definitely one of my favorite things about visual novels. But also, they are inherently 18 plus content. Like, not all of them are, but most of them are. Like, the good ones are. But so there's not as much of a need to hold back if you want to show something. You don't need to put censor bars or beams of light or anything like that, right? Like, obviously, visual novels, Arrogant, it does have some. What's the name of that one organization that kind of polices Arrogant? So footing, I think, is something like that. But obviously, they do have some sort of regulations that they have to abide by. But compared to like anime, like, you can get away with a lot more for sure in visual novels. So if you do want 18 plus content of the characters that you like, you don't have to like search for doujinshi or whatever. It's just already there. So there's definitely also less of a time constraint in general. Like you have a lot more time to fully flesh out characters instead of not try to shove it into like these 24-minute episodes, right? So those are probably my main things I like about visual novels as a content medium. So, and I think those are all pretty big deals, worth of things. So. Also, if you do read a visual novel with, like, say, 4 or 5 different heroines with each with their own character route, if you don't like a certain girl, you literally don't have to do her story. You can just ignore her completely and just go for the 2 or 3 or 4 that you actually like, or just the one that you like if you just hate everyone but one. You could do that. Like, you could experience the story that way. So also a bit of more of an element of freedom in that sense. So, so yeah, since this is an anime about visual novels, I thought it would be a good chance to kind of talk a little bit about why I like visual novels, and there I did that. So anyway, back to the anime itself. Very, very unique, very interesting. Obviously about visual novels and stuff, which is a topic that doesn't get explored very much in anime, I would say. So it's cool to get that. But Konoha as a main character, very fun, likable, cute, interesting, relatable character, right? So she has been great throughout the show, and she gets to be a time traveler girl, go back to 1990s, get to see some of these early eroge, get to work on some early eroge, you know, nice little break from her normal job that she's not the biggest fan of. She gets to meet new people, leave them for a while, come back, like, hey, it's been a few years, where'd you go, girl? Just a very interesting format of a show to have that come back, go, years passing sort of thing, right? Where the people she got to know keep getting older and older and she stays the same. Just a very unique concept for a show. And of course, just a culture gap between a girl from 2023 and people from the 1990s. Like, I almost wish they had certain conversations, just like in more cultural or maybe borderline political conversations, because you could just imagine how different attitudes on a lot of things have probably changed from those 2 periods. But so I feel like that could have been explored maybe a little bit more, but this is a show by eroge at the end of the day, so gotta focus on that, which is fine. But yeah, I mean, how much more do I really have to say about the show? Like, Mamoto-kun's development was interesting. Obviously, he went from being like, I hate eroge, screw this, why am I even here? Who's this new girl? I don't care about her, go away. To like, hey, Konoha, my bestie, I waited for you for so long. What took you so long? Let's make some eroge together. Like, I'd say that's a pretty big character arc for him. So even though Mamoto-kun's not like the main character, that's Konoha, he probably went through the most character development in the show, which is just kind of clicked for me right now. But that's definitely the case. He definitely had the biggest character development. So yeah, something that I would not have really thought of early on in the show. But that's great. So, and Toya, like Konoha's friend, she got her into eroge and she became, a big deal in the future and all that. So, Toya was a nice element as well. I enjoyed her calling her One-sama and all that. Of course, I also really liked Konoha's VTuber impression. That's probably one part of the show that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life, was her VTuber impression. It was just the best. But because her character design, it does almost look like a VTuber. Like, if it was a VTuber, it'd be a little bit more flashy, a little bit more, there'd be, a little bit more going on. But like, her hair in particular, the way it's 2 different colors, like the highlights and how that works, like, I could definitely see the hair being on a VTuber, right? She would probably just have more hair accessories. She would have like a fancy outfit with a lot of dangly bits, but like the core of a decent VTuber avatar is definitely there. But yeah, just I think that's all I really have to say without repeating myself a whole bunch more. But just really fun show. I really enjoyed it. Glad I watched it. Hopefully you enjoyed my reaction to it. And I hope to see you in the next video that I do. So until then, bye-bye.